Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by silent mountains, there lived a young man named Marco. Although he was only 24 years old, his heart felt heavy and tired. Marco sat alone in a quiet room, but inside his mind, nothing was quiet. Thoughts moved endlessly, like dust floating in the air, never settling down. From morning until night, Marco's mind was filled with thoughts. Thoughts about mistakes he had made, thoughts about things he wished he had done differently, and thoughts about a future that scared him deeply. Because of this constant thinking, Marco could not sleep well, could not feel calm, and slowly forgot how to smile. Many times, Marco sat alone, holding his knees, feeling trapped inside his own mind. Tears would quietly roll down his face as memories of the past returned again and again. He felt weak, confused, and lost. Even though people were around him, no one could see the storm inside his heart. One day, Marco walked through the busy village streets. People were laughing, talking, and living their lives. Shopkeepers called out to customers, and children played nearby. But Marco felt invisible. He was surrounded by people, yet he felt completely alone. That evening, Marco heard about a distant village in the hills. People said a wise old man lived there, a man who once helped others find peace in their minds. This old man had left the noisy city behind to live close to nature. For the first time in a long while, Marco felt hope. He decided to go and meet this wise man. The journey was long and tiring. Marco walked through winding paths and green hills. With every step, his body grew tired, but his heart held on to hope. Somewhere ahead, he believed peace was waiting for him. At last, Marco reached a small house covered with greenery. An old man sat quietly near the door, calm and peaceful. His eyes were gentle, his presence warm. Without speaking much, Marco felt a strange sense of comfort he had never felt before. The old man listened patiently as Marco spoke about his restless mind. Then, without many words, he guided Marco into a quiet garden. Plants, water, and silence surrounded them. The old man filled a glass completely with water and handed it to Marco. "Walk through the village," the old man said calmly, "and return without spilling even one drop." Marco accepted the glass carefully, unsure but willing to try. As Marco walked through the village, life moved all around him. People passed by, voices echoed, dogs barked, but Marco saw nothing. His eyes stayed fixed on the glass. Step by step, his mind became quiet. For the first time in a long time, Marco felt peace. No memories of the past, no fear of the future, only this moment. A gentle smile appeared on his face. When Marco returned, the old man smiled and asked what he had seen. Marco realized he had seen nothing but the glass. The old man gently said, "When the mind stays in the present moment, fear disappears and peace begins." As the sun began to set, Marco felt lighter. He finally understood that peace was never outside him. It had always been within him. Marco walked back home, not as a restless young man, but as someone who had learned how to calm his mind. Sometimes, peace is not found by running away from thoughts, but by gently returning to the present moment.